Director Ben Taylor reveals that he secretly filmed a very different final ending to the Netflix teen drama Season 2 finale. Let's find out more about this and other deleted scenes of Netflix's one of the most popular shows. Warning, spoilers ahead. Alternative ending. Fans of the show perfectly remember the ending of Season 2 and how the show refused to give us a nice get-together for lead characters Otis and Maeve. Asa Butterfield and Emma Mackey's characters were perfect for each other, and we knew that ever since the show started. However, throughout the show, the couple has met dozens of obstacles and other romantic interests, so they never got the chance to be together. In Season 1, Maeve was in a relationship with Jackson, and in Season 2, Otis was in a relationship with Ola Nyman. Then, Season 2 ended and they were both single, and it was just the perfect time for our favorite characters to begin a romantic relationship. But no, instead of a romantic scene involving the two of them, we got somewhat of a terrible ending. The final scene of the season is Otis leaving a voicemail explaining that he was stupid and expressing his feelings for Maeve. Oh, and asking for her to call him back. That was fine, until Isaac, George Robinson, a person who has feelings for Maeve, deleted the message before Maeve could even hear the voicemail. This is probably the most nerve-wracking scene in cinema history, and what's worse than this is that the director Ben Taylor had to choose between two endings, and well, he chose this one. What was the deleted version like? Keep watching to find out. Creator and writer Laurie Nunn said that she always had that ending planned for Season 2, but director Ben Taylor did film another one that didn't get the chance to be used, unfortunately. Quote, "Just to be disobedient, because occasionally I can be," said the director. He further explained how the scene we see in the Season 2 finale is Otis and Maeve going off in different directions, and it finishes in a single slow-mo tracking scene of each of them. Even with no dialogue, Asa and Emma are incredible, stated Taylor. In the alternative ending, Taylor told Butterfield and Mackey, quote, "Otis, act as you've just seen Maeve. Maeve, act as you've just seen Otis." The director also mentioned that in this case, we would have seen a smile on both characters' faces. The director also commented about fans' anger over Season 2 ending the way it did, and he says he thinks the showrunners made the right decision, adding, quote, "You think you want it, but you don't." He explained how we all want the show to be satisfying and nourishing and all the right things, but the fact that Eric gets a moment with Adam was the reason that Season 2 ended that way for Maeve and Otis. In other words, they get their moment, and if the show presented another moment at the same time, we would have seen a bit of a sugary ending, at least according to the director. Taylor also spoke about Emma and Asa, and he referred to them as the people who are most unsatisfied, as they just really want closure for their characters. But as he said, they're not getting that. Writer Nunn then added, they may never get it. The very graphic scene. Well, as you saw, a very good ending was just thrown away in the show. But it is very interesting how this following scene was included. The scene that traumatized fans is the same scene that made some of them decide to stop watching the show. We had no choice but to speak about it. When the third season of the show dropped on Netflix, we all expected some storyline that would make us feel better after that awful ending of Season 2. The series, for those of you not familiar, focuses on the lives of the students, staff, and parents of the Moordale Secondary School. Through a very interesting aspect, we learn a lot about those intimate stuff, and we learn that it's okay for that stuff to be awkward. And the opening scene for Season 3 proved the show is still crossing the limits. With the song "I Think We're Alone Now" playing in the background, fans saw some of the most explicit scenes featuring Eric and Adam, Ncuti Gatwa and Connor Swindells, and Ola, Patricia Allison, and Lily Tanya Reynolds. Just 3 minutes after the first episode of Season 3 was released, Twitter was filled with the rage of some of the most dedicated fans, expressing their feelings about how the show turned into a low-budget adult film. It's really simple. Fans were not ready for this much exposure, and while one group claims the scenes were awful, another one states it is what the show is about, and we just have to deal with it, or in the worst-case scenario, simply stop watching the show. Nevertheless, Netflix's drama Season 3 has one of the most talked-about opening sequences in TV history, and believe it or not, the producers decided to use this scene after a 600-day hiatus. Ahead of the Season 3 release, Netflix warned us we're about to see a lot of these scenes, but we weren't expecting them so soon. Season 3 also included some new cast members such as Jason Isaacs, who plays Mr. Groff's brother Peter, and Dua Saleh, who is playing student Cal. Season 3 of the show picks up right where the second installment left off. Eric and Adam are going well through their new romance, Maeve and Otis are not really speaking to each other anymore, and Jean, Gillian Anderson, Otis's mother, is in a messed up situation trying to hide an unplanned pregnancy from her ex-boyfriend Jacob, Michael Persbrandt. By the end of the 8 episodes, we have more questions than we did at the end of Season 2. But thankfully, Otis and Maeve have finally revealed their true feelings for one another. A lot of scenes, but not enough time. Let's talk about deleted scenes and why they were deleted in the first place. Now, we've talked about how the show played us all in Season 2 and 3, but we also need to mention that Netflix's drama is certainly one of the best shows nowadays, using uniquely universal storylines to teach young people about topics that are, unfortunately, still considered taboo. The show is adorable, accurate, and human about growing intimacy. It also contains a perfect dose of comedy throughout these scenes that are mostly supposed to be educational. Yes, the show is high-quality teaching and learning about a broad variety of topics related to reproduction, meanings, and assumptions about those topics, and of course, gaining the skills that are needed to have such a relationship. However, the show feels somehow too fast. In other words, it just tries to explore every theme in a really short amount of time. The story of all the characters is the same, as according to a lot of fans, it looks like the Netflix's original is in a rush. This made fans believe that there are many deleted scenes that were not used, only because of the time limit of an episode. The third season felt as though it was trying to talk about every possible issue it could, and 8 brief episodes are not enough for the entire list of issues to be told as it should. As a result, some fans think Season 3 lacks depth. Just like every other show, Essie also has a lot of deleted scenes that were not included just because of the time limit. Certain issues were also skipped, and individual characters were not explored enough in Season 3, which is unfortunate, and we hope Season 4 will cover their story completely. However, this issue has an explanation, and it's probably the way the show tries to be more educational. Nevertheless, as we previously said, Sex Education is one of the most unique and successful shows that helps teens a lot, and thanks to Maeve and Otis, we'd have a group of youth that is much more ready to enter the grown-up world. The show truly helps with all that hysteria and confusion in the teen years. Let us know what you think about that alternative ending of Season 2. Share your opinion in the comments section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you smack that like button and subscribe to our channel. As always, thanks for watching.